Hey there, race fans. Welcome to a special holiday edition of This Week in the Valley. I'm your host, Matt Noonan. Coming up, we'll get you set for all of the racing activities around this Independence Day weekend with our weekly schedule. We'll also check in with the voice of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, James Essex, as they are set for 4 races in 4 days throughout the Valley. Always one of the biggest weekends of racing of the year. But before we get to that, let's take a look back to last weekend as the OBDTR cameras were on hand at 250 Speedway for Friday night's action. Friday night was the Summer Spectacular for Modifieds at 250 Speedway. Bob Bosky and Rex Slaughter would lead the field to the green flag. Slaughter from his outside pole position hits the cushion and takes off, as he would waste no time building up a large lead over the rest of the field. But back in the battle for third, we'd see some great racing action as Scott Peltz would try to hold off a hard-charging DJ Klein. These two would race side by side for a number of laps. Klein able to get an advantage on the inside. Coming off at turn number 4, look out, Josh Penzies on the inside forces Klein up into the outside lane, but everybody able to continue on, and Klein able to take the spot in turns 1 and 2. He would then set his sights on reeling in Bob Bosky for the number 2 position. Just like the last battle, we would see this duo race side by side a number of times before Klein would throw the slide job off of turn number 4 and take over the runner-up spot, but he would have a lot of real estate to gain on your race leader, Rex Slaughter. Behind them, though, Bosky and Peltz would put on a great battle for the lead. Look at Peltz go to the outside and then the inside of the lap cars. He takes over the number 3 spot, but up front, Slaughter still with a large lead over Klein, but it was decreasing lap after lap as Klein would reel him in, but he was running out of time as they hit the white flag. Slaughter still with about a 10-car length advantage, but Klein drives it hard into turns 1 and 2. Really digs into that lead, now only about a car length as Slaughter slips coming off at turn number 2. Heading into the final corner, Klein drives it hard to the inside. They race wheel to wheel, Klein to the lead, but back comes Slaughter down low to the checkered flag. It's DJ Klein by half a car length. Let's take one more look at this as Klein gets the run up on the outside. Slaughter just can't get there as DJ Klein takes the win with a last lap pass. Now let's check to see who else won in the past week with our list of OBDTR winners. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next on This Week in the Valley, we'll check in with James Essex from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series as they're set for a holiday trip around the Valley. 4 races in 4 days. He'll have all the info for us next. Ron's Auto Center in Chester Hill, Ohio is proud to support OVDTR.com. The next time your personal vehicle needs a pit stop, stop by Ron's for complete auto service. And when you're on your way to the races, stop in for a wide selection of deli meats, cheeses, pizza, subs, snacks, drinks, ice, and more. Ron's Auto Center, the one-stop shop for every race fan's needs, and a proud supporter of OVDTR.com. Welcome back to This Week in the Valley. We're now joined by one of our good friends, James Essex, the voice of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And James, it's kind of been a tradition for you guys ever since the series started, a trip around the Ohio Valley around the 4th of July weekend. This year, the stakes have added as you guys are going 4 races in 4 days. Should be a great week for you.
Yeah, we start out in Pennsylvania on Wednesday night at Roaring Knob, and then we go to Muskegon County in Zanesville, Ohio on Thursday, and then Friday night down to the Ohio River at Portsmouth, Ohio, and then Saturday our first time at 201 Speedway. And the thing that's fun about it, Matt, is it's all the great race fans in the area.
Yeah, there's no question the reason we continue to see all these events around the Independence Day weekend is because they're so well attended throughout the valley. It all starts here on Wednesday night at Roaring Knob, and you can always expect a lot of good competition in Western Pennsylvania.
Western Pennsylvania coming down, and down there, Davey Johnson, of course, who won the final night at East Bay. I know Rick Eckert's coming in the Rocket House car. Greg Satterley will be there, and you'll have the Hawkins brothers out of West Virginia, and looking forward to that on Thursday night. I mean, tomorrow night and Wednesday night at Roaring Knob, Matt.
Yeah, and then from there it's on to Muskingum County Speedway. Kind of an interesting storyline, as for most of this year it looked like it was going to be a special events only schedule up at Muskingum County, but fortunately looks like they are set to be racing on a weekly basis. Once again, they were able to get their first event in last week. But this event has really been one of the hallmarks of the Lucas Tour, James. You guys have already been there 9 times. We've seen some great racing and some great fields of cars.
Well, a great crowd last week, their opening night last week. You always have a few bugs firing out, and you're talking about a terrific area there for years. And whenever we go there, it's a sellout. They have one of the best fireworks displays you'll see there in Central Ohio. And the racetrack, I really like the racetrack. I think it's underrated among the top tracks in the country. And the cool thing, Matt, is, and I looked it up the other day, we've been there 9 times. 2005 was the first time we was there in Muskegon County. 9 different winners. How about that? 9 for 9. And we'll try to go 10 for 10 Thursday night. That's pretty cool.
Wow, that's a crazy stat. And James, that's why I love talking to you. You always seem to come up with an interesting stat like that nobody really knows about. One guy, though, that's hoping to break through and become the first multi-winner at Muskingum County Speedway is actually the guy who won the race last year. Young Devin Moran has been having quite the season around the valley. He certainly has to be considered one of the favorites this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he won the big race at Oakshade a few weeks ago, and they really, ever since the incident at Eldora, they've been on a roll, and it's always fun to see. He won their last Friday night in the season opener, and when you go up against these guys that are coming in here Thursday night, and if he can beat them again, I would be really impressed. He's a talented young man, and the future of our sport are the Devin Morans, the Bobby Pierces, the people like that. That's what we look forward to seeing.
Yeah, there's no question that there's a lot of quality young talent in the sport today, and there's a good chance we'll be seeing all of those guys win for many years to come. Well, James, the Muskingum event, one of many big events this week, but things continue on once you get to the 4th.
I tell you what, looking forward to Zanesville, and then Friday night we go down to Portsmouth, Ohio, down to Donna Rayburn. She's the promoter down there, does a great job, and of course the home of the Dirt Track World Championship race there in October, and we'll be there Labor Day weekend as well. But always a packed house down there, and you gotta, it's the Conleys and the Boggs, and that's what you gotta go up against, and you gotta beat those guys, and that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, every time that there's a big event at Portsmouth Raceway Park, there's going to be a quality contingent of locals on hand, and that's certainly going to be the case again this week. Well, James, thank you very much for taking the time out to talk with us tonight. I know you have a very busy week in front of you with 4 races. We always enjoy talking with you, and thanks for coming on.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the work that you've done, and it's good to see the success you've enjoyed, and hopefully we played a little part in that, and I really enjoy listening to you.
Well, thanks, James. That means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to the rest of the OVDTR staff as well. Well, we'll let you go now. Have a good week at the races, 4 races in 4 days. Travel safe, buddy.
Thank you.
That's James Essex from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series as they are set for 4 races in 4 days over this Independence Day weekend. Should be plenty of great racing action to go around. And speaking of plenty of great racing action, there's all kinds of events going on over the next week. So we'll break it all down for you right now in our OVDTR weekly schedule. The action kicks off Wednesday night as the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series visits Roaring Knob for a $10,000 to win main event, the first of 4 nights in a row for the series. Also worth noting, Southern Ohio Speedway was slated to have a $3,000 to win late model special, but that event has been canceled. Then on July 3rd, it's the annual Lucas Series race at Muskingum County Speedway, $10,000 on the line. Waynesfield will host 360 sprints for $7,500 to win, some good money there. Atomic will have sprints and late models, each racing for $5,000 to win, and the night the stars come out. It's a $1,500 to win modified special at Princeton Speedway. They're billing it the Night of Destruction at Deerfield, and Brush Creek Motorsports Complex will host a regular show. Then on the 4th, plenty of Independence Day racing action. The annual Lucas Oil Series event at Portsmouth Raceway Park. That one pays $10,000 to the winner. A $3,500 to win sprint show at Hilltop Speedway on the docket. A $2,000 to win late model special at I-77. The Boss Series invades Lernerville, and the Fast Series will be on hand at Attica. The Don Gross Memorial Qualifier will be run at Wayne County Speedway. It's a $650 to win modified special at 250 Speedway. Tyler County will host Mod Lights, Hot Mods, and 4-cylinders, and regular shows at Beckley, Elkins, and Raceway 7. Then on Saturday night, the All-Star Circuit of Champions Sprint Cars will be on hand at Wayne County Speedway for a $5,000 to win A main. It's a $2,000 to win late model special at Ohio Valley. The Rush Series will race for $1,500 at Sharon Speedway. The Fast Series makes its way to Fremont. Moeller Raceway Park will move its action to Saturday night with a $1,000 to win modified special. It's the Chuck Bloom Memorial at Roaring Knob, mid-season championship at 35 Raceway Park, and then regular shows at Oakshade, Pittsburgh, Tyler County, and Waynesfield. No shortage of racing events, to say the least. Independence Day weekend, always a great time to be a race fan in the Ohio Valley. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of This Week in the Valley. I want to wish everybody a safe and happy Independence Day. So for everybody at OVDTR.com, for Kyle Jones and the rest of our staff, I'm Matt Noonan. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the races.